Welcome to my toy room. Alright, so the last time I updated you guys on the status of my toy room, I had told you that I was gonna start packing and I was gonna start moving, and it's been a very long, drawn-out process. Not even gonna get into the specifics of how utterly insane buying and selling a house is. I'm sure some of you guys know. But we're finally at the point where we've decided to move my toy collection, pack it up, get it over to the new house. I've been sitting here for about 2 months with most of my toy collection in boxes, which you guys have seen a little bit of in some videos, but now we're putting things in a truck. So what you see behind me here is what used to be my toy collection. Holy cow. You can see some stragglers back there still. You know, I got some play sets and some loose boxes. I've got a truck outside right now. I'm going to take you guys over to show you this truck because, so we're not doing like, the luxury of still working through the selling process is that we can take our time, so we're not moving the entire house today, which is good. We just rented a smaller truck, and it turns out that my toy collection basically is going to fill up this entire small truck, which makes me feel so dumb. I'm not even going to lie, it's so stupid. So I got to show you guys this truck, but this was once the toy room. Holy cow. What are you scared of? Where did all my toys go?
They're right over there.
Where?
Right here.
There's not a lot of them over there anymore, is there?
Yeah.
Show me the truck.
Go show the truck. Go to the truck.
Let's follow Spencer. He's gonna show us where the toys are.
They're right there.
In there?
Yeah.
What is that?
Four boxes.
It's full of boxes.
See?
And there it is, my friends. So this is our 15-foot U-Haul. It's like the mid-size, or even like the smaller mid-size. It's not like one of the big ones. Because we just wanted to declutter a little bit. And this truck is already half full, and that's just my toy collection. All those boxes right there,
Yeah.
those are my toys, aren't they?
Yeah. That is not me.
Why do I got this many toys? This is dumb.
Here, Spencer, come grab this.
What?
Come grab this.
I just carrot.
I know, carry it up to the truck.
Okay.
I'll get it. Child labor.
Daddy. Daddy. Oscar. You're an educator.
Yep.
Good job, bud.
Whew. All right, so for the most part, my entire toy collection is now been moved out of this house. Not all of it. You can see some of it still behind me. In fact, let me go ahead and show you guys what the old toy room, the basement. Let me show you guys what it currently looks like, because when I first started this series, the whole Organizing a Disaster series, I showed you guys how this room was as crammed full as possible with just piles and piles of toys. I had barely any organization going on. Things were all over the place. And when I started this, I had set out to organize it all, but then things really got rolling with the whole move to a new place. So now that we are really doing it, we are actually moving right now to the new house. Things have drastically changed down here. So this right here, my friends, is what is left in that room. Now, as you can see, I still have some things laying around, but it's mostly empty. The big stacks of boxes that were over here before
are now all cleared out. I do still have some stuff kind of sitting here on the floor, basically some things that didn't go with us on the big trip over with the small truck that we had rented. So I still have some random things kind of sitting on the floor here, a few boxes. Most of this over here is empty shelving that I will have to do away with. And then I got like oddball stuff. Like if any of you guys have ever moved and you have big play sets in your collection, those are got to be like the most awkward thing trying to move because they don't really box up. You don't really want to like take them apart, right? So they're hard to box up. So look, I got a Ghostbusters fire station, actually 2 if you count the Playmobil one down there. And that's the old Kenner one. I got my Thundercats Cat Slayer. I have my Star Trek The Next Generation Bridge play set from Playmates Toys. My Masters Classics Castle Grayskull's down there. 2 of those giant Ninja Turtle sewer homes are over here. And then there's some more random things sitting up here on top. You know, my mixer's there. Some microphones. So some of my equipment, actually all of my equipment is still here. I haven't moved any of that yet. And then what you see over here, these boxes are things that I purposely left here because I needed them for comparison times for videos that I was working on. And I've got like this pile on the floor. I was digging through, that's my box of Masters of the Universe Classics figures. And I got some turtle stuff and everything over here still too. So that's what that is. The only thing that I still really need to box up down here is this over here. So this is like the makeshift set that I put up so that I can continue filming down here while my collection was being boxed up. So I basically repurposed a bunch of my shelves that had my collection on it into this backdrop, which you guys have seen me filming in front of. So if you've been watching my videos, you've no doubt seen this back here. Most of the things that are taking up this shelf are things that I've either been reviewing recently or things that I've been picking up at various toy shows, mixed in with some things that were already on these shelves from my collection, like some of the Master stuff. So it was very hodgepodge. I kind of liked that though. I wanted it to be just a weird mixture of stuff, but I think it gave me a good backdrop for while I was still filming here, and that's actually going to stay here. This will be one of the very last things I move because that way I can still work. When I'm able to, when time allows, I can still do some shooting and have a decent backdrop because it's going to be a little bit before I get a new studio built and set up. But I will say that this has kind of given me almost a blueprint for a future more permanent studio at the new place when I move in, because I really like the idea of having like toys as a backdrop, you know, behind me while I'm talking about toys. I think that's actually much more interesting than like that plain white backdrop that I used all those years. I actually got very, very bored of that plain white backdrop. So I'm gonna be like really setting up something nice, hopefully, in the new studio once I get it built. Otherwise, over here, is just like what's set up for my workstation. You can see, obviously, I've been working on some more Masters Classics figures. This right here is still my shelf of things that I wanted to review or need to review, and it's a mess, you can see. I am not going to get to all of this stuff before I move out of this house. In fact, a lot of it is things that I've just bought and stockpiled, hoping to review at some point, and just really haven't gotten around to it. And you probably see some things there that you're like, oh, do that video. And I promise I'm going to do as much of this as I can, but I'm actually going to try and figure out a clever way to do that. Maybe I will do like a live stream session where I just do a bunch of like live toy reviews to like get through some of that stuff. Would that be something you guys are interested in? That might be fun. So I will figure that out. But as it stands, this basement is pretty much empty, or at least much more empty than it was when we first started this series. So I got a lot to do still. We're going to be moving over the next couple weeks. Obviously, we're taking our time. We're getting everything out of the house. We're doing some repainting. So I don't know if I'm actually going to be doing any more from this series in this spot. This might be it. Although I might show you guys like a nice, like fully emptied shot when it's all done. But moving forward, my plan is to bring you guys along with me on the journey of both building a new toy collection room and building a new studio for the Pixel Dan channel. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this little series. Basically, it's keeping me motivated to get stuff done, and now that things are finally moving along and we're getting ourselves moved into the new place, I'm very excited for what the future holds. I'm excited for the possibilities of getting a new, fresh display for my collection, and most importantly, I am so excited about building a new set piece, basically, a new studio room for the Pixel Dan channel here. So I hope you guys are gonna come along with me for the ride, and I hope you guys have as much fun as I'm having. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support more than I can ever tell you. Please leave me a comment. Feel free to hit the like button if you like this. And until next time, my friends.